Mm, mm, mm,
What's going on, everybody? It's your coach, Luis Soto. Wish everybody a happy new year. Let me know in the chat if you could hear me. Let's see here. Okay, great. Nice. Awesome. All right, let's record. Recording now. Great. Hey, guys. Happy New Year. Hope everybody had a great New Year's Eve. This is Luis Soto, Body Mind Wellness Coach. I want to come on here and talk about my Reset Your Mindset program for busy entrepreneurs, busy professionals. This program is a blueprint that will help you to create a new identity. And how do I know that? Because I had to create a new identity when I needed to lose 40 pounds last year. And I lost the 40 pounds and kept it the whole year off through my MC formula. So I know you're starting out the new year with New Year resolutions. You're thinking to yourself, can I really follow through with my New Year resolutions? And the truth of the matter is, you can't. Reason being is because you need a new identity. So there's a verse from the Bible that I really like to quote, and I always go back to it, which is Romans chapter 2, verse 22. And Jesus said, you cannot pour new wine into old wineskin, because if you do, the wine will spill and the new wineskin will burst. You first must replace the wineskin so the new wine can go into a new wineskin. So what does that mean? That means that your wineskin, which is your outer, which is your identity, will not be able to receive new information, new habits, new commitments, new declarations of truth, because it's a new consciousness. So you're pouring in brand new filtered water before you were drinking tapped water. But if you take that new consciousness and you pour it in to the old wineskin will burst. And when it bursts, meaning that it's not going to stick. And here's the reason why the MC formula is going to help you stick. Because it's a ritual, it's something that you do on a daily basis. And when you follow the ritual, you achieve the results. So the MC formula started by me needing to lose 40 pounds. So the first thing I said to myself was, I know losing 40 pounds is going to be a challenging task for myself because turning 56 and now dealing with hormonal changes, metabolism slowing down, eating habits, changing the mindset of I'm going to eat and drink whatever I want to now being responsible with my actions, being responsible with my intentions of what I want to create. So I started the journey. And the journey started by me getting up in the morning. That's a new habit. And going for a walk. Now, I either did it downstairs in my gym or I went for a walk outside. Keep in mind, when a new habit is not formed, it feels uncomfortable. It feels like you're in bed, someone comes and says, get up, and takes a bucket of freezing cold water and throws it in your face. That's the shock. It's uncomfortable. And it's uncomfortable because it's waking up your new identity and you're responding to your old identity. So now we got to start the process. How do we create this new self when the old self is kicking and screaming, saying, I don't want to change? Well, here's what we got to do. We have to make a commitment to ourselves. And by making the commitment to ourselves, we then start taking responsibilities for what we say we want to accomplish. So let's check this out, my friends. I'm going to go here. I have my phone. Let's just see here. Oh, look at that. Great. Nobody's at the chat. I got my phone and I got Zoom. I got you guys right here. If you want to connect, just go to the chat. I got my phone. I'm ready to answer any questions that you want. So let's continue the festivities. So guys, so here's what happened. So I got up, I started walking. I knew one thing that I could do was be consistent. It's about developing a consistency muscle. And that's how part of the formula got created. And it got created in a backward sequence versus forward. Excuse me, guys. The C stands for consistency. And it's really building a consistency muscle. So I said, I need 90 days to form a new habit in my nervous system, in my consciousness, in my heart, in my brain, because it takes 66 days to make and break a habit. Not 21 days. It takes 66 days. Keep this in mind. We have 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day, and they're recycled thoughts from the past. 66 days is now making a habit become automatic. You don't think about it, you just do it. In the beginning, you don't want to do it. It's uncomfortable. But when you give yourself the permission to change, that's what's going to happen. So we continue. In those 90 days, I lost the 40 pounds. I changed the way I ate. I changed the way I was thinking about exercise. And the journey continued to the summertime. And that's when we were like in June. And I belonged to a mastermind group from Tony Robbins and Dean DeGracio. And it was a 30-day challenge that was being presented to the community. So I said, let me take this 30-day challenge to really conquer self-doubt and imposter syndrome. And it was a 30-day Facebook Live challenge. Now, here's a beautiful thing about a challenge. A challenge was going to push you out of your comfort zone, and you're going to start letting go old behavior, old habits, the old self. So those 30 days, I started going on Facebook Live, which is a platform that I'm not that comfortable in. And every day I started talking. And every day that I would go and talk, new information was being downloaded from me. I was able to connect to spirit. I was able to listen to what I needed to do. And by being in action, I started to formulate the rest of the MC formula. And the beautiful thing about the 30-day challenge was maybe the most 5 people showed up one day. Like right now, what we have here. Let's see. Uh, I'm just trying to do two things at the same time. Okay. Any questions? Put them on the chat. I'm here to support you in your 2025 growth. Okay. All right. So here's the beautiful thing about 30-day challenge. Took me out of my comfort zone. Forgot about my fear, but was also present to it. Because every day that I needed to go on, I dreaded the visibility, the coming live, letting people see me, um, feeling like a fraud. It's not good enough. I don't know what I'm talking about, and so forth. But those are lingering thoughts that if you give into them, they become a reality. When you know they're lingering thoughts, then you have to keep moving forward, and action will give you the courage to move forward. Okay, great. So here's what happened. 30-day challenge finished. That helped me conquer self-doubt and imposter syndrome because it changed my mindset. And that's part of the MC formula. It's seeing that I was operating from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. Now, here's what I want you to ask yourself. If you've been shy, scared to share your talents, your gifts with the world, you're afraid to make a mistake, you're afraid to go live, you're afraid that if you're doing a masterclass of a topic that you are an expert in and no one shows up, what does that say about you? What does that say about you? I'm going to tell you what that says. Before people show up, you have to show up. Before you start to attract a community, a tribe, the first member of the tribe is you. And then as you speak and you bring forth a message that's in your heart, a message that was given to you by God, and you don't let nothing get in the way. Nothing. People, places, habits, Nothing gets in the way because it's a destiny that now you are committed to fulfilling. Then new possibilities start to emerge. Why? Because you're not afraid to be seen. You're not afraid to be heard. And that is one of the fears that a lot of people have. It's being seen and it's being heard. Because when you're visible like this, and there's no one that you're talking to, but your reflection of yourself, there's two things that happen right now. You say to yourself, am I crazy? Um, why is no one responding to a message that's going to help them transform their lives? Or you could say to yourself, regardless of who shows up, I show up. I show up to my meetings. I show up to my commitments. I show up. And by me showing up, I create the possibility of somebody scrolling through social media and then deciding, wow, this guy is speaking some truth. And maybe I just don't want to listen to it right now. And that's okay. But it doesn't stop you from sharing what's in your heart. And that's the message, my friends, that I want you to get from this mini masterclass is do not be afraid to share what's in your heart. The MC formula is your blueprint to create a new identity because it is formed in 6 pillars. And these 6 pillars are habits that you now created. And they're also a new paradigm model that you could follow. So the beginning of the MC formula, we must start with meditation. You must renew your consciousness on a daily basis. It's the renewing of your mind. Why do you need to renew your consciousness on a daily basis? I'm going to tell you why. 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day. Recycle past negative thoughts. Circulates in your psyche. You could go to sleep excited, inspired, ready to conquer your goals. You wake up the next day tired, depressed, scared. Fear cripples it. What's the word? It kind of like puts a straitjacket on you. You can't breathe. And now, one of those things is it's a conditioning of your mind, of your consciousness. At the same time, your emotions are fueled with energy. So keep in mind that emotions are energy in motion. When you wake up, despite what thought is being recycled in your circadian rhythm, in your sleeping pattern, it's like spinning a wheel and say, wow, am I going to wake up tired? Am I going to wake up excited? And chances are you're going to wake up feeling defeated and negative because you haven't formed a new identity. So when you have a meditation practice, the first thing that you do is you get up in the morning And despite how you feel, you sit and then you practice. There's many different forms of meditation in my course. I go deeper into it, but just know that right now, the first pillar of the MC is meditation. We go to the second pillar, which now that we have reconnected to our North Star, to our intention, we must put the body in movement. That means you have the body moving to a physical activity. Now, guys, I want you to listen to this, and it's going to be very simple, yet at the same time, it's also going to be difficult for ones that have a fixed mindset, right? When you put your body in movement and you have renewed your consciousness, here's the beautiful thing that happens. You now are grounded in your power. So now you're moving your body, and now you're starting to release, right? Your endorphins, your dopamine. You started feeling good about yourself. So when the body is moving, you're feeling, okay, maybe I could accomplish my goals today. Because you cannot have a sedentary body and an active body at the same time. It's like the mind cannot concentrate on two dominating thoughts. Either you're going to be a negative person or you're going to be a positive. So you got to choose. And when you're going from sedentary to being active, active means I'm going to be alive, awake, aware, excited, inspired to take actions with my goals. Sedentary means I'm going to be exhausted, lethargic, tired, confused, defeated, bored, depression. That's sedentary. Second part of the MC formula is called movement. Put your body in movement. Pick a physical activity that you love to do. We go deeper in my program. But for now, just keep in mind, that's your second pillar. Here's the third pillar. As your body is moving, what do you start to feel? I'm going to tell you. You're moving your body, and as you move your body, you start to feel what I call momentum. Now, here's the beautiful thing about momentum. Momentum only occurs when there's a couple of things already occurring at the same time. So what does that mean? You got up out of your bed, you sat down to meditate. Then after you meditated, you got up and you went for a walk. You threw yourself on the floor, you started doing push-ups, burpees, yoga class, right? You put your body in movement. So just those two right there, there's now momentum patting you on your back, and you're starting to feel a push forward, like, oh. And that movement, right? That momentum starts moving you forward. So let's say that now you're walking outside, you got the momentum, thought comes up. Today, I'm going to change my bio on my social media handle. Today, I'm going to start working on my newsletter. You're thinking in a positive way. You got momentum. And as you start moving, right, that's the third pillar. We now go into the fourth pillar, which I call motivation. You see, motivation now occurs because your body's in movement. You don't wake up in the morning from your recycle negative thoughts and say, I'm motivated to go to the gym. You got to go through a whole process before you start getting motivated. So now we're going into motivation, and that's the fourth pillar. Now, here's the beautiful thing about motivation. When you have motivation, you start to develop courage. Something starts to happen. You're like, interesting. I kind of feel like I could really do it this time. Because that's the motivation. And now, here's the beautiful part, my friends. 4 pillars working simultaneously. Here's your 5th pillar. And this is the one that was the massive breakthrough for me. And it will be a massive breakthrough for you. I wonder if you know. Let's see if anybody joined us. Yeah. Okay. They'll come. Here's the 5th pillar, bud. You're going to like this. Mindset. If you are operating from a fixed mindset, the fixed mindset will keep you in a fixed box. And in that fixed box, you have a small limiting belief that is a small paradigm that says, I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not enough. I'm a fraud. Nobody's going to listen to me. That's your fixed mindset. Because the fixed mindset lives in your mistakes, in your past failures, in your past missed executions of the past. So let's say that you wanted to write a book and the book was a failure or it just didn't happen the way you planned it. You did it once, it didn't work out. So in your fixed mindset, you say, well, I tried, it didn't work. Therefore, I do not have the talent, the skills, the abilities to do it. So then that effort became a dead-end road. When you shift to a growth mindset, the growth mindset says, I tried in the past, but maybe I didn't do enough research. And I didn't really give myself time to learn the topic or the subject. So what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to execute. And if it doesn't achieve my desired goal, I will step back, refine, reset, and then go again. And I will practice and I will try it again. A growth mindset lives with consistency, with resilience, perseverance, a willingness to learn, a willingness to try something new and feel uncomfortable, feel inadequate in the beginning, and continue until it works. Because a growth mindset takes now opportunities, any type of situation, new beginnings, skill set, and looks at it as an opportunity to learn and to grow, to evolve. That's how you start to form and create a new identity, because you're letting old ways die. So that's a growth mindset. I was living in a fixed mindset. I tried stuff in the past, it didn't work. So therefore I said, it's a dead end, it's never going to work. I thought about launching my online course for at least, wow, 6 years. Never did it, never had the courage. And here you are. Now I have my online course and I also have several other products on my stand store. So the growth mindset is something that if you don't tap into, nothing's going to change, because your fixed mindset will say, hey, remember what you tried in the past before? That didn't work, buddy. But the growth mindset says, that was the past and this is the present. So we got 5 pillars now happening at the same time. You woke up, meditated, I grounded myself in my essence. Now I put my body in movement. I'm feeling good, endorphins, dopamine. I feel the momentum pushing me. I have motivation to take action. I have now the growth mindset that says, all right, let's learn the subject. Let's get a mentor. Let's try something different. And here's number 6, which we started in the beginning. It's called building the consistency muscle. Everything that you want in life will always be part of how consistent you are. And by being consistent, you cannot fail. If you want to get in shape and you're inconsistent, you're never going to get in shape. If you want to lose weight and you're inconsistent in being conscious of what you're eating, looking at your macros, looking at your workout routine, if you're inconsistent, it's not going to work. Consistency is the key, and that forms the MC formula. Now, this is a powerful program because it's geared to busy entrepreneurs that have busy minds, that are always thinking of new ways of making money, of getting their message across, but they also get scattered because nothing happens, because they lack focus, they lack confidence, they lack faith in themselves. And that occurs by an imposter clouding who you are. So we're going to finish this masterclass with this takeaway. And here's what I want you to think about. This year, you said you're going to do something different. You're going to start your podcast. You're going to launch your online course. You're going to go back to school, finish the credits that has been lingering for you to get your degree. You're going to do something brand new. And instead of you being concerned and paying attention to what other people are doing, here's the theme for 2025. Stay on your own lane. Don't veer off to someone else's lane. Because if you do, you're going to crash into their lane. And then you're going to crash into another lane. And then you're going to create an accident in your mind, and your destination is going to fade. So by you staying on your own lane, you're declaring this year, I'm getting it done. That means you don't have to ask permission from anyone. You don't need somebody to validate and approve what you want to do. You need to trust what's been given to you by divine inspiration, by spirit, by God, by universal intelligence, whatever domination you follow. And you're going to start to develop faith in yourself and trust that you can see it to the end. When you stay on your own lane, you are reclaiming your power. You're stepping into your essence, and you're trusting that the way will be provided by you staying on your own lane. That will block out the white noise of the world. That will put you in laser focus mode, and you will be able to accomplish your goals faster and with less stress. But my beautiful friends, this was a pleasure. 2025 is a powerful year. Again, Reset Your Mindset is available in my stand store. It's only $97. And I'm going to keep it there until I get 100 sales, 100 lives change. Once we hit that, then it will increase to 297, because this program, even though it's so simple, it's really not that simple to implement. Because if you follow the process, you will create a new identity. So I'm going to put the link in the comment. You could check it on my description. And like I said, 2025 is the year for you to crush your goals. Don't think about it, just do it. I wish you guys an incredible 2025. Take care. Let's see, we'll come over here. There's the link to my stand store on the comments. Nice. Mm. All right, my beautiful friends. We'll talk soon. Take care.